everyone. Welcome to Straight For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. I'm your host, Miss Black Diamond, along with my swivel-head co-host.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
I was checking out the little shoulder shimmy that you did earlier. What's going on, world? How y'all doing out there, beautiful people? It's your man, Trouble, also known as Trouble the Unruly. What's going on?
Hey, yes. Moving on with the Mr. Trouble Unruly. So what's good with you?
Look, everything and anything. I'm grateful. I'm just in the headspace, trying to always, be mindful that like things could be a lot worse than than what's currently going on. So just always trying to be grateful. Always trying to be in the headspace of being grateful. What about yourself? What's popping?
Child, just living life, just taking care of these bills and responsibilities, because at the end of the day, they ain't gonna stop.
Look, who decided? Look, adulting, this shit is ghetto. I would not recommend. Look, real. I would not recommend. Look, dude, kids, if you watching this, I don't know if kids are watching this, but don't grow the fuck up, okay? Just don't do it. It's
right.
Don't do
when
it.
You was young, you was anxious.
Look,
God, somebody should have told us.
What was that mean? I just want to be grown to have sex and stay out all night. Look, now look at.
Nah, as you grown, you just want to work and go to bed.
Look,
to have to go to work again.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yes,
this is some bullshit.
At the end of the day, come on now.
Be stressed the hell out.
That's another topic for another situation another day. We ain't gonna whoa y'all with our issues. But today's topic, so we can go ahead and get into it. Today's topic is about colorism within the culture.
We're gonna break it down.
Yeah, so colorism is I couldn't get it out of my mouth.
Look,
differential.
It's been tongue tied.
Yeah,
just period.
A differential treatment based on skin color, especially favoritism toward those with a lighter skin tone, and mistreatment or exclusion of those with darker skin tone. Typically among of the same racial group or ethnicity. Again, it's a differential treatment based on skin color, especially favoritism toward those with the lighter skin tone, and mistreatment or exclusion of those with the darker skin tone. Typically among those of the same racial group or ethnicity. So, let's get into this colorism situation.
Let's go. What you got? Because
because it's kind of funny. Different cultures do experience colorism. Because I was a part of a family that was of Asian descent, and they were more so talking about the darker versions of their ethnicity versus down to the structure of their
facial features?
Yes.
Okay.
Some were wider, nose-wise, and some weren't, but they more so geared towards the somewhat fair to pale skin look. And also, too, of course, within our own culture, there's definitely colorism of a lighter version versus the darker version, especially in the entertainment world or business industry, down to relationships and the idealistic of what a person should look like. It tends to lean towards the fair color skin. So as a male perspective, let's tap into that. What you feel about the colorism as a male and as all those things that I presented?
Well, so I think I want to I want to start slavery.
Yeah, let's get into it.
The lighter, the fair skinned black people, they were in the house versus the darker versus the dark people, we were out in the fields. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So that.
Well, they consider us dirty anyway.
Right. True. Yes. True. But you know what I'm saying? So even I feel like even that was that's still kind of an ongoing thing, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, that's still kind of been an ongoing thing, because even now, as you were stating, like colorism, like it still goes on in the industry or whatever, and like you hear a lot of rappers talk about long hair, red bone. You don't never hear like you don't never hear nothing about the chocolate. You know about the chocolate. Every so often you might hear something about that or whatever. But like, sheesh, Serena Williams, like for like, love of the life. Beautiful chocolate skin tone because I like the chocolate. You know what I'm saying? And then to see some photos and maybe they will possibly edit it. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like her skin tone like was lightened in those photos.
Yeah, there was some controversy towards that, and it might have been. She has every right if she did or didn't at the end of the day, but also too if she did per se because of a self-esteem thing,
right?
It's embedded in all our spirit because again, at the end of the day, like you stated, it goes back to the days of slavery and how things were created in order to make us be against each other. And case in point, the Willie Lynch letter. You know how to create the perfect slave, and that was one of the things that was in it. To make sure you divide the generations, meaning the old against the young, the youth the old against the young, the dark against the light, and things of that nature, men against women. So
shit, you just okay. Carry on.
But that if we're gonna speak upon it, you know, I'm not saying that I'm completely knowledgeable of everything that's out there, but I'm just giving you my perspective on that. It seems like that plan worked and is still working.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because we are so embedded on image upon ourselves that we downplay ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and in reality, in the beginning, we all looked upon each other as beautiful beings within our culture.
Come on, man.
You know, and we respected the elders as the knowledgeable people that were on this earth longer than us. And then the elders respect the youth because, again, they knew that they needed them in order to take care of them. So why not break the order of things? Why have the youth against the elder and the elder against the youth? And also too, why not play on the part of the female psyche, because we all about the image and trying to
women complexes
to impress our mates. And also too, why not train the black man in a sense, because again we just referring to what we are, to degrade their women in order to make them feel like they're something. Because
so to jump on the back of that, like black women get it the worst.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like because
that's
like
facts.
Even in certain situations, I've seen like, you know, stuff that you see on TV or whatever. Like I've seen stuff on TV as well as I've seen it in person. You know what I'm saying? From people being like, oh yeah, you know, oh you be nice, you know, if you were lighter skin, if you were a little lighter, or you cute for a dark skinned girl. Like I've been witness to that, and I'm kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, and
like what the fuck? Like, you know, I'm like in my mind, I'm like, what the like. What are
that's
you saying? Because
slave mentality,
right? And not even so much because I'm looking at you and I'm like, you fine, not for no dark skins, you just fine. You know what I'm saying? Like you just fine overall, but like, you know, you fine for like, you know, da, and you know, like I said, you see it on TV, you see it on these like reality shows and so on and so forth.
They
like
highlight
they highlight it or whatever, and then you know like. Even some of the stuff that you hear in the tabloids about some of these celebrities that do that or whatever, you know, like.
But let's tap into it. Why do they highlight it? It's a form of control.
Because at
the end of the day,
whitewash.
Yes, because again, they're going off their letter. They're going off their plan. And the crazy part about us, we have the access to it to read it and understand the plan, but yet we still follow suit with the plan because it's been passed on generation. Because think about it, way back when, be like, oh girl, the skin cream. To lighten up your skin. You know, some parents felt like they needed to do that for themselves in order to fit in business wise.
Yeah.
or get their kids get with a lighter skinned person,
so their babies will be
lighter skin. And also too, again, down to the idealistic of the black man looking for a lighter complexion. They want you to feel like a particular race of fair skin is better than what you are.
Because I used to get picked on. I used to get picked on for, like, my dark skin. Like, I used to get picked on for that in school. Like,
and it don't make no sense. Again, we were made for the sun, and the darker you are, the more you can absorb that vitamin D that the sun gives. Unlike a fairer skin, so that makes me feel like when people do such things, like, say for instance, a lighter complexion person goes hard on a darker skin complexion, I'm like, why? Or better yet, a darker skin person go on a lighter skin. They can't help. You can't help the color of your skin once you
absolutely.
raised. And
no control over it.
Also too, I saw something on social media a while back of why light skinned people are more militant. It's because of the history of some of how they became light skinned. Let's not forget, a lot of those chocolate nice looking black women were raped and looked upon as property,
right?
And created children of a fairer skin. And those children were sold on and so forth. And some people, from my understanding of a lighter complexion, feel like they have to fight even harder to prove their blackness.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and I had to look at that like, wow, while we're going, like, in a sense, darker skin are going hard, that the lighter skin people have it easy, but some of them light skin people feel like, nah, we have it harder because we have to fight to show that we are part of the black community.
What's funny is one of my homeboys, he's of Hispanic descent, and he said he experiences that same thing because he's one of the darker Hispanics in his family, and he says whenever, like, he goes with his family, he was like, they make fun of him, like, or he was like they joke about him being darker. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like
the shit ain't funny,
right? And not even so much that it's not just our community; it's other communities.
That's
like who. Famous baseball, Sammy Sosa. Have you seen him? Like,
he's super light now.
But he looks terrible.
It looks because he's not meant to be that.
Right.
The only way a person should go through that experience if they have that what is it called, alopecia, or not alopecia, that's the hair. Vitiligo, as far as like changing of the skin color. Again, stuff that don't necessarily is out of your hands.
Right.
Because the good thing about our particular race, we're beautiful in all colors.
Come on now.
And that's not just sugarcoating. We're beautiful in all colors. The problem is we don't accept it. The beauty of the various colors. Again, that is a blessing within itself, the shades of it all.
Come on now.
So why change who you are? Some people might think I'm too dark. Some people might think I'm of a fair or lighter skin. But at the end of the day, I can't help what I am.
Listen, let me tell you something. If reincarnation is a thing, whatever, I don't know. So don't charge me for that. But I don't know. But if it is, and I get to choose, I'm coming back as a black person again. Fuck what you talking about. This shit is kind of dope. It's kind of dangerous, but it's kind of dope. And if I got the choice to choose, I want to come back as a black person, as a black man.
As well as you should, because at the end of the day, black is beautiful, and we are descendants of a lot of things. But at the end of the day, let's tap into the aspects of how colorism affects the youth.
Oh, come on now.
Because I remember I don't know if you've seen a video of the young girl saying she wasn't beautiful. And started crying, and she was a darker tone, and the lady had to stop and tell her how beautiful she is. And also too, there are stuff on YouTube that you can see that people did like an experiment on little baby dolls. Yeah,
with the dolls, I did see that. Yes. I did see that, and go ahead.
They pretty much said that the darker dolls are evil and
ugly,
and not worth playing with, while the white dolls, they are so beautiful, they're clean, they're this, that. Again, us as adults, if you don't see you warping the minds of children, don't even have that in their minds.
Right.
It takes adults to teach them that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a sad situation. Then these adults grow up to do similar shit that we see on social media, downplaying other colors.
You know what? So real quick, I want to mention this. On the set of Black Panther, I can't remember who it was, but it was a more light skinned black actress that got the part of Suri, and she dropped out because she felt like she wasn't dark enough for the role.
Wow.
She dropped. Yeah, she dropped. I can't. I have to go look it up, but yeah, like she dropped out of the role because she was like, I'm not dark enough. Versus everybody else that was on set was, of more of a darker skin for Black Panther.
And it's kind of sad because I commend her and I say like, damn, in the sense that she felt that way because all the majority of the things we have seen throughout history as far as video wise and entertainment wise was more so on the fairer skin side.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it would have probably, in a sense, she would have got backlashed for being a part of that movie because they would have felt like, damn, here we go again. The dark skinned guy with a light skinned woman. Why can't it be a chocolate brother with a chocolate sister? But it's that mentality of us thinking that again because we were programmed to think that way. Right. It shouldn't matter the color she is, long as she a sister. In a sense for that role, but it's because darker people, in a sense, haven't been displayed like they should have more and more. If it was a little bit of equalness within the stance, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
You know what's funny? I can't even remember who it was. I want to say maybe it was one of my uncles. I'm not 100% sure, but they were talking about Barack Obama, and they were saying that had he been darker, he would not have been president. He would not have been 44. He would not have. He wouldn't have been the 44th president. And they were saying because if he was a darker skin, or if he was my skin tone, he wouldn't have been president.
Are they lying? Because let's be straight for you. Let's keep it straight for you because
it's a valid point.
It played a part because he looked in some people's eyes like he's a black man, but the color is not as intimidating as a chocolate man. It is for some reason the color, the darker you are, is intimidating, and they don't want to admit it. Because if it wasn't, you won't be so like adamant on trying to bring it down to make it seem like it's not beautiful. Right. It's beautiful. Period.
Come on, man.
The darker of the dark, the lighter of the light. We have the genes to create all types of colors.
And that's so crazy. Two black people can make a light skinned child, absolutely.
Or albino child.
Yeah, but not too white.
No, they can't make no dark child.
They can't make a dark. Yeah, no, not at all.
The only way that can happen if they have some type of black within their generations that it just becomes a fluke. But either way, it's from us. It's from us. Period. If they were a little bit darker, it's because of us. Something in your generation created that formula.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I read somewhere. Y'all forgive me. I hope that I'm saying this right. That the only reason that white people exist is because it was a genetic mutation. The further away that they got from the equator.
I heard about that part as far as that. We definitely have to get some more information. This is where y'all come into play and leave comments.
Right, correct me if I'm wrong.
And not just the correction if you're wrong, just the information of it all.
Right.
Again, we are not saying we know everything, but yet we having a conversation to build an understanding for everybody else to communicate. Again, this is something that is not just embedded for us at our age, but we're teaching it to the youth to not love ourselves. Imagine you having a chocolate child and they with a fairer family. They just so happen to be chocolate like your friend was, and they just getting downplayed for the color of their skin.
Or getting overlooked. Yep.
Yeah. Or better yet, I've seen a family of chocolate have a fair skinned child and they treat that fair skinned child better than the other children.
Yep.
Why is that? Why is there something embedded in the spirit of fair skin is more of the choice?
That's I want to say that's that genetic, passing down of like that mentality.
That's slave. I call it again the slave mentality.
Absolutely.
And if when you call it out, no, it's not like that. No, I literally seen you can have, let's have a basket, or a stroller, two strollers next to each other. One chocolate child, one light skinned child. With the nice hair and color eyes. who you think gonna get the most looked at?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the light skinned child with the green eyes.
Have you never seen anybody of a lighter complexion before? Have you never seen people with different eye colors before? Have you never seen people with maybe a straighter hair compared to coarse hair before? I'm like, why is that any different? You see this constantly throughout your lifetime, different colors and different variations of people.
Yeah, skin tone. Absolutely.
So why don't you just see a child? Two babies, plump, beautiful, they can be twins. Say for instance, they twins. Twins. One just lighter than the other. They will cater to the lighter twin. I mean, beautiful. They both got the same color eyes, everything.
But just that skin tone.
The skin tone is slightly different. One is darker than the other. Who you think, let's be honest, gonna get the most attention out of the twins?
True.
Since people want to probably play the simple fact of, no, there's two different babies. No, let's make them twins.
And then like you said, in the entertainment world, you know what I'm saying, like that's a big thing. That's a real
that was
thing.
a huge big thing growing, and because they want to feed the idealistic of if a black man be with a wife, or have a woman next to her, decide it better be a fair skinned person. And then the ones that do have a chocolate person, just as chocolate as they are, why are they with them? They couldn't find nobody better.
Right? Yeah. I mean, like a lot of professional players, like they have fair skinned spouses and so on and so forth. It's very far and few between that you see like them with women of the same skin tone or darker.
But some of them were kind of placed with these people, because sometimes the industry would assist you on having that look in order to keep that idealistic,
be appealing, or to the sales. Yes, absolutely.
Maybe you should date that person, or if they have ladies that come, say for instance in the club, and they have that celebrity person up there popping bottles, doing everything, and they got the bouncer down there. They'll literally tell the bouncer don't have too many chocolate sisters going up there,
absolutely.
And it must also be fair skinned sisters going up there. And then you got that image being portrayed on social media when they take the pictures and shit. That looks crazy. And then you do have the standout celebrities that do say fuck that shit, bring some of these chocolate sisters up there.
Right.
And then you have the variety. I respect them people more so than anything, because again, if you got a beautiful person, they're a beautiful person.
Come on now.
So because you got some banging ass chocolate sisters out here that will put a little stance on a light skinned person, and you got some banging ass light skinned females that just don't but they have the upper tier on the stance on what's going on in social media and entertainment.
So it's a good song, and it's a good song. I ain't even trying to like advertise, but shouts out to B.O.B. because like in this particular video, like his lead girl was like she was like my skin tone, and she was gorgeous.
Yes,
and she fucking killed it in that goddamn video. Yes. Like she killed it in that goddamn video.
You saying she killed it in that video, but she had to prove a point. And it seems like those people of a darker stance have to constantly prove a point of their worth to be in something.
And prove the fucking point she did, right, man?
Yes, because and then you have the fair ones, like I said, don't even have to do anything, they in the video. But at the end of the day, going on the lighter skin version, like them being militant and fighting for the cause of who they are as a black individual, because we're not going to put them down for their color.
Right, absolutely.
What about those that have, like, yo, I have to stand strong, to be like extra for the power, just to prove I'm part of the power.
Right. So, because like, with the thing that you brought to my attention is that I wasn't so much cognizant of is that like lighter skin, like people feel like that they had to prove themselves. I was never really too cognizant of that.
Yeah.
I thought the majority of them was just like, shit, I'm light skinned, I'm good, I'm in there, like, wherever it's at, that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Because of the images that are portrayed.
I never knew that there was another side to that same coin, you know what I'm saying? To where some of them felt like, oh, I have to try harder, or I had to try harder to prove that I'm black.
Yes, because nobody wants to put themselves in other people's shoes. We all, majority of the time, want to be people to see our shoes.
Oh, come on now.
Just see our shoes. But sometimes you got to take them shoes off and put yourself in that other person. You got a selective few that are acting boastful about their color, a fair color, but you got the ones that feel like their color hinders them because they don't have a strong connection within their community.
Ooh, sheesh.
So what about those people and looking out for them and their feelings also? That's the thing. A lot of social platforms are creating the idealistic of what is supposed to be beautiful and what's not.
Ooh, and everybody wants to be black until it's time to be black.
Exactly. But let's pinpoint that.
Go ahead.
Because it's getting around that time where we give our straight for you perspectives to one male and one female. We go outside and ask them what their point of view is on this particular topic. And you know the deal, which one you want, a male or female.
Let's go with the woman on this one.
Okay. Let's go with the woman. Today's female, her name is Miss Faith.
Okay. Shouts out to Miss Faith.
Yes, Miss Faith. Oh, shoot. I'm looking at this. She said the brown paper bag syndrome still exists in this day. We're all beautiful, and it is time we love the spectrum of tones our beauty displays in this world. Again, she stated the brown paper bag syndrome still exists to this day. We're all beautiful, and it's time we love the spectrum of tones our beauty displays in this world. So let's tap into what Miss Faith is discussing. Again, that brown paper bag situation where let me test and see how your color. You remember you heard about that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, literally, they got a brown paper bag to test if you was good enough to be a part of something.
Shit, I failed.
Like seriously.
Shit, I failed.
If you darker than a brown paper bag, you ain't really worthy of anything.
And that's what's crazy is like they even put this shit in cartoons.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, like they put that shit in cartoons.
Oh,
like
yes.
so it's supposed to be subliminal, but like they put this shit in cartoons.
But that's mind control of the situation, and that's technology's way. Or back in the day when we were young, before they had the heavy technology, the cartoon relations of racism that were part Bugs Bunny cartoons and things.
The
of
blackface and all of that stuff. Yeah, absolutely. They
down to Mickey Mouse cartoons and how they were like heavily racial situations.
Still like in your face or whatever. They in any form or fashion that they can put it in front of you, they do.
Yeah, but that's mind control again. And if you're not aware or really paying attention, it gets into your psyche.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it messes with like people of darker color self-esteem, or better yet, messes with the self-esteem of lighter people feeling like they're better than anybody else in this world, when technically we all up in this world trying to make it.
True. That's absolutely true. Like, goodness. Now giving it to me in this different perspective. Goodness, like we really need to like do better about banding together. But like, where do we start?
We start by acknowledgement.
Oh, okay. Touche.
You have to acknowledge the problem in order to try to solve the problem. If you part of the problem and don't even see that you're part of the problem, that's it. You know, because if you keep feeding in the idea of, like, say for instance, you are a light skinned individual and you look upon a dark person as they filth and dirty, you part of the problem. Or if you're a dark skinned female or male looking upon a light skinned person like they not really black, and you know they black, because if they get arrested, they're gonna say this black person got arrested.
Right.
That's the problem. You know, come to understand this person is in the same race as you. If shit hits the fan, they don't care if you light or dark. You gonna get taken down. You're gonna be looked upon as less than.
So do you think that that's like, as far as like sentences go, like whenever like if a light skinned person was like to get arrested versus a dark skinned person, do you think that the light skinned person will get a lighter sentence from a judge or something like that? Like just
I think it's a flip of the coin, because if you have a racist judge up there, whether you light or dark, they're gonna get in your ass. I know a person that's close to me that went through the court system, and because they had everything lined up for their particular divorce situation, they still looked at the color of their skin, and they interfered, but they were black.
Oh wow! Oh.
And they didn't even look that these two individuals came to agreement. They just needed the judge to sign on it. The judge said, "Fuck what, pretty much what they got agreeing on. I'm still gonna give it to the white person."
Oh wow! Well, damn. Okay.
I'm gonna give the white person.
Okay. Well,
and it's a black and white thing. You know, they came to a mutual agreement. All the judge had to do was sign upon it.
And
the judge didn't even want to look on the agreement. They want to say put everything for the white end. So again, for the sake of a dark skin against a lighter skin situation in the courtroom, that I don't know, because again, it all depends on the judge and their morals in this situation. Because even though the judge is supposed to be biased, we all know not all judges are.
This is true.
All judges aren't created equal.
So let me ask you this: like, how do you feel about what? Not even how you feel, but what is your perspective on black fishing?
Ooh, child, and that's I hate it, because at the end of the day,
just flat out,
I hate it. Black fishing, I hate, because at the end of the day, you have an option to be black. Try to be black.
Keyword try. Yeah.
Yes, we are born black. Okay, option versus choice.
Right.
Well, no choice.
Well,
I should say.
Right.
Option versus no choice. I am this to the day I leave this planet. I was born this way, and I will leave this way. You and all these tanning and changing up your hair and doing all this other stuff, trying to relate
this
more to the culture.
Makeup. Yeah, this dark ass makeup.
That is not the look, honey. If you admire the culture, just admire the culture in your color, okay, in your stance. You get more respect that way versus you trying to
be a culture vulture.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd rather you admire than to try to take and formulate to pretend you are something you're not.
Well, didn't you mention that on one of the previous shows about like there were a lot of like, and I think it was like just a news tidbit that you gave that like a lot of black TikTok users stopped doing like a lot of what was it
went
exactly?
On strike because the white TikTok users were taking their moves.
Oh, okay.
Their dance moves and making it seem like they're created it.
Oh, wow.
And they were going on these entertainment platforms doing the dance and doing all these different things
that we came up with.
And that's what created a wave to show like, why are they getting paid for something that we created?
Right.
And also too because they were of white skin, fair skin, versus these TikTok they were dark. You know, they were of our culture, our descent versus theirs. You know, and it's a shame. Again, I have nothing against any race per se. I'm only speaking on my feelings on certain things that certain races do.
Come on.
With us and to us and by us. You know, so again, if you create a move, you create a move, but it's a lot of thievery throughout history, and it's proven to this day that's how they have the generated wealth that they currently have. They stole. Okay.
All they own is the copyright patent. That's all they own, right? Everything else was pretty much stolen, right?
They sold that, the copyrights and everything. They saw the idea and they patented it before that individual had the opportunity to patent it or had the money to even think about patenting it. You know, and like I said, a lot of stuff that's created and that we see today is from stolen material of certain individuals that are not of Caucasian descent.
That GPS you using,
you know, so
a black woman came up with that.
That's why a lot of things are trying to be taken away out of the history books. That's a lot of things trying to be erased on our stance. But that's another topic.
Just to kind of chime in on that, did you see the thing? I can't remember what platform it was on, but they were giving white kids the option to opt out of Black History Month.
Yeah. Well, let's pinpoint that.
Go ahead.
Because now it's that time where we give our Straight For You highlights to our sponsors. And we'll see you pretty soon. Peace. For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. I'm your host, Miss Black Diamond, along with the chocolate co-host that we was talking about stuff earlier.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Hi, how's it going? It's Rashad, also known as Trouble the Unruly. How are you?
Hey,
how's it going?
Okay, you better let them know. You better let them know. Come on through.
Oh gosh, let me.
Yes, but yes, we was tapping in earlier on the first part. On Straight For You topic is colorism within the culture.
Ooh.
You know, and I know you wanted to pinpoint a situation before we went to sponsor highlights that what you was mentioning.
You know, I don't remember. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
No, you are good because it's just so much formulated in our mind. Because again, at the end of the day, this is like a strong topic, you know, because we all have witnessed, if not experienced, some type of colorism.
Absolutely.
You know, because we talked about the issues with the TikTok. We talked about the brown bag situation where perspective,
right.
Faith brought up, and I brought up the Willie Lynch letter and things of that nature.
That was dope.
And
that
also too, how light skinned people are feel they have to be militant towards the cause of just proving that they are black.
Sheesh, man, and it's. Like I said, I had no idea about that side of the perspective. You know what I'm saying? But to kind of see that it goes on, and not just and not just in our culture, but in other cultures. Because even that's the thing in Japan as well. Like that's the thing. It's Japan. Mm-hmm. Like if a fair skin, it's supposed to be considered like. It's supposed to be considered beautiful versus the darker skins, and then like that was a real big thing going on in Brazil at one point in time, to where people were I can't remember exactly what they were using, but it was starting to become like it got out of hand.
It's pretty much
when they
the bleaching.
They bleach,
The bleaching,
they were using like
cream.
actual like they were using like physical like bleach in order to
It was
to lighten their
affecting
skin.
their health,
Right.
Because again, you bleaching your skin.
Mm-hmm.
The bleaching of the skin supposed to be used for like little spots, not
Right.
your whole body.
Right, and they were using it for their whole bodies or whatever.
And not just that, when you bleach your skin, you're taking away the melanin, which protects you from the sun.
Oh shit! Damn.
You know, so you are actually exposing yourself to the UV rays a little bit better. Compared to not better but quicker compared to somebody of a darker complexion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send this show to one of my friends. He's white. Just a random thing. One day, he brewing some tea, and he was like, da 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 da. I want to drink some black tea. And I was like, well, why black? And he was like, because black is better. And I looked at him, and I was like, you know what it is. And he had that look on his face, like damn it. Yeah, like damn it. I was like, yeah, I was like, we're gonna remember that for the rest of our days. I'm gonna send them this episode and be like, you remember that snippet that comment that you made about black is better? Here it is, baby. Here it is. Enjoy. That was fruitful.
And you know, technically, environmental wise, not to be funny and not to be biased or anything, it is, you know, because again, that's what helps us get around a little bit better without being burned from the sun.
Well, and you know, and even in nature, like if you realize like a lot of stuff, whenever it's green or of a lighter color, it's still but whenever it gets darker, whenever it gets darker, it's considered like ripe.
The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Come on
they
now.
say. And
now.
it's facts. You know, that's like if you want to incorporate nature into this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not saying this because I am a black person. It's just the reality of it when it comes to nature.
Nature,
you know,
telling you the truth, right?
And I think a lot of other cultures that are a fair stance mentality is like it's like a fearful thing. You know, why hate something that is not you? Why? I don't get that. You know, you should be happy with you, and you're right to the most of. We all bleed. We all have desires. We have things of that nature. Why? Mm-hmm. I even mentioned to someone, what if I got all the babies in the world and took them to another planet? They wouldn't know nothing about this shit.
At all.
You know, and wouldn't care. You know, because look at children, how they play. They don't care about no color.
They don't care nothing about that.
They don't care about no gender. They are equal within play unless they were taught by an older person to be biased on other stands. But watching children naturally play,
they don't have no care. They don't care nothing about that. They don't care nothing about that. And what's funny is like I even like growing up because my best friend to this day is white. My best friend to this day, and like we have these kinds of conversations and so on and so forth.
Great.
Like we had these kinds of conversations, just just to show that like that we can have these conversations and still like be of a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And not even so much that like I remember like whenever growing up in school like or whatever. I caught a lot of heat for that, for
having a white
friend. Like why do you hang out with him? Why don't you hang out with us? Like I got that and so on and so forth. And I don't necessarily know what things he had to experience on his end. But I'm just but just me speaking on my own personal experiences, like from my own people, it would be like, why do you hang out with him? Why don't you hang out with us? Well, shit, y'all.
Don't fuck with me.
Right. Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. I'm like, y'all don't fuck with me.
Y'all give me a hard time. Y'all give me just as hard of a time or whatever. And then like y'all the motherfuckers that be like, talking about how dark the fuck I am. I don't have to deal with that shit over here. You know what I'm saying?
And I love the relationship of that.
Right.
Because y'all made it go back to like what I stated about natural kids playing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Y'all don't look at each other color and doubt each other for who
right.
y'all are based on that color.
Right.
And then you do have the people within our race fault people for connecting with other races and vice versa. Just look at it as a human being thing, at the end of the day. And look at it as we have been programmed to hate each other.
Ooh, come on now.
We have been programmed to hate each other, not uplift, not inspire. You got some people is more on the upper tier of the hate, but you got still some people that do care for individuals and who they are and what they stand for, despite the color. And we need to flip that number up.
You know what I want to say? Like, I remember at one point in time, boy, we came together when Black Panther first came out. You remember we was like wearing that sheet. We was out wearing that sheet. Look, we was in that thing. Like, yeah, and we was in there hard for Black Panther. Like, we was in there for that.
Yes.
Golly.
Yes.
We was everybody was like, well, I need to buy dashiki and all of that shit. Like, it wouldn't like, we stood together
funny
there.
How it takes a dramatic experience of entertainment that goes to show again how much entertainment and social media has an impact on how people think about themselves and others. Because that movie motivated people to stand next to each other as a unity compared to a division.
Right.
To love who we are and what we stand for. But to pinpoint that, now it's time for the male perspective.
Oh, come on, give it up.
Okay, the male for today his name is Nick.
Shouts out to Mr. Nick. All right,
okay. Nick. So Nick said, until we learn to embrace our own issues with color, how can we expect other cultures to? We don't truly love ourselves.
Oh.
Again, Nick stated, until we learn to embrace our own issues with our color, how can we expect other cultures to when we don't truly love ourselves? And that's kind of tapping on some of the things we just spoke of, due to embracing the idea of who we are and walking in the path and the strength of you were born this way.
Right.
Versus what anybody else may think you are. You were born this way, embrace that.
So the conflict in that is just, we can tell each other that, hey, you were raised like that, but society doesn't allow that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially after you experience being mistreated just because of the color, of your skin by someone of fair skin, or especially like with the things that are going on with the police and so on and so forth that we see a lot of. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
not a fair deal.
you know what I'm saying? So this one perspective is, I was born this way, and like that's not my fault, but because you were born this way, I'm gonna treat you differently.
And that's exactly, in a nutshell, what it is. It don't make any sense, but that's what it is.
Right.
All because, again, I feel like it's more so of fear or insecurity of another person's skin. I don't understand the fear and the insecurity of another person's skin color. It baffles me. Why should it even matter? You better worry about their personality and what they do in this world versus the color of their skin. Are they helpful? Or are they toxic?
Come on, man.
Because at the end of the day, anybody can be anything that they want to be, per se, to be helpful or harmful. So, and that's why I'm like lost right now, because
even now looking at I want to say this, and then I want to ask you this question, like, because even like in the dating world for me, like I've had a girl that was like, oh, you're too dark. Like,
and
so right.
Shit.
so as far as like you, like, like have you experienced anything like that?
No, not particularly, because I don't really date. And that's sad. Cause I don't like how the world is. If I try to make a connection, but the way my spirit works, there's a lot of fugazis out here, and I'm getting tired. I try to, if I have a connection with someone, I'm trying to keep that connection.
Okay.
Because I even thought about dating. I even thought about going into the little social forms of dating. But looking at the horror stories from others, it makes me
trash in the head.
Yes, that's what and I'm not out here just trying to make a sneaky link or a quickie or whatever they want to call it.
I am. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, hey, that's on you, baby. Shit, that's on you. Don't let me judge you. Shit, if you're trying to hit it and quit it, that's on you, baby.
Look, wait.
But hey, I'm just saying, I'm not the perfect candidate for that particular question.
Right.
You know, but I haven't had no issues, maybe because I'm the happy in between.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's, so you called it. That's the reason
I'm
I was
the happy,
asking.
Because I'm the happy in between, and I know it.
Goddamn peanut butter.
But, peanut butter is protein. But anyway, at the end of the day, I did have a situation that kind of broke my heart that my seed felt some sort of way because they are darker than I am. And they was like, Mom, I wish I was your color. I was like, baby, you got a beautiful color. And I'm not just saying it. And I'm like, girl, your color is the color for me. You know, and even a conversation with one of my family members, so like, oh man, I'm getting darker and I want to be your color. Oh, excuse you. You better embrace that chocolate because it's gonna protect you during these sun days.
Look,
because I don't mind. I'm gonna let you know I don't mind getting darker. If I fade a little bit during the winter time, that's fine. But I don't mind getting a little bit more chocolate because to me it's sexy.
I went through that to where because I got picked on for my skin tone for so much. Like I experienced that to where I was just like I don't want to be dark like this and so on and so forth.
Start putting all this shit on you.
And it never got that serious. It's just I tried to stay out of the sun.
No, I ain't saying for you, but you know how some people start like the sunscreen and all that stuff. Like you said, staying out of the sun. You know, staying inside, and you lose some of your social interactions that way because you so worried about what people think of. Ooh, I got dark. I got too dark. Fuck this.
And then the subtle jokes that people would make be like, ooh, you gonna be super black whenever you summer come around.
I sure am.
Is that really even necessary?
And you said the first word you said super, so I'm beyond you, bitch. I'm just saying.
Let me put a cape on.
Yeah, let me put my cape on. Let it fly. Because again, at the end of the day, we focus on the wrong fucking things when it comes to that color stuff.
All kinds of distractions.
Again, I feel like, there's in the entertainment world there should be an equal stance on color. It shouldn't be biased. They are working compared to what we seen in our younger years. They are working more geared towards that to put people of a darker color, female wise, because Chocolate Brothers have been there, female wise out there and give acknowledgement to them all. But even in the case, say for instance, the scenario, there be more chocolate females compared to lighter skinned females. Don't get the big head and thinking you the shit. Again, at the end of the day, make an equal stance.
All shades are gorgeous.
Yes, all shades are gorgeous. Because you know how they try to be like, okay, now it's on this level. And then the lighter sisters be like, well, what about us? Again, make it equal.
Right.
We ain't got time to argue over this petty shit. We got bigger fish to fry, as they say, and back in the day. Again, our race is beautiful in all colors. Albino all the way to the chocolate universe. Okay?
The Oreo skin tone.
The universe, the black of the berry situations, but at least we can. I like that. It was a photo of a albino man. He was white, and then this chocolate, like the color of his shirt, if not darker, next to each other. That should prove how wonderful we are.
A hell of a range.
Yes,
that's a lot of range right there.
There is a hell of a lot of range, and for any culture, because we just speaking upon our culture, because this is what we're in. Again, like you said, the Hispanic culture and I gave an example of the Asian culture
Mm-hmm.
or whoever, it shouldn't be a battle of y'all color when y'all got bigger fish going to fry in y'all community.
Things going on, absolutely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The color of your skin versus you eating the next day or trying to get something going in your life shouldn't matter.
Right.
Okay. And as far as like the idealistic of racism and things of that nature, again, I've said it numerous times. If you on that surgery table, are you gonna ask who lung is that? Is it a black man, a white woman, or some? Or are you gonna ask who kidney is that? Who blood you about to put in my body?
They might, depending on who it is, because they some people pay attention to it.
If it's your match.
Well, no, because like there was a thing that I was looking at on social media at one while back, and they were saying that black people shouldn't be organ donors or like have that like on their IDs or whatever, because people look for that. Like people.
Oh, you talking about for the idealistic of taking these organs?
Because our organs are supposed to be better, right?
Yeah,
in that
which is true,
right?
But I'm saying at the end of the day, as far as
when you
have surgery,
your last breath, like you're not gonna be worried about that. You're just gonna be like, just give it to me.
Yes,
Okay,
your life is on the line. But that's another thing we'll have to tap into, the trafficking of it all and the organs of people and the children that are missing a lot in some of these cities that they are sweeping under the rug. But that's neither here or there. And there's a lot of black children are missing, and a lot of black people women, yes,
little girls,
and at the end of the day trying to cover up a lot of things, but that's another topic for another situation.
Sheesh.
But this colorism, and that should be a prime example of fuck the color and pay attention to what's going on in your community, because your people are being stolen, missing, and doing stuff.
Abused and misused.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, now you made me tap into it, just like the body that was found in an abandoned house with missing organs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We worried about color when we should be worried about protecting. So, that colorism stuff is strong and embedded, and it's sad that we are still stuck in that program. I still say the Willie Lynch letter program and
brown paper bag.
So what's gonna help get us past this, other than the conversations that we are currently having, other than us reaching out to the people and have them reach out to us? Again, that's why I say leave comments. Give your thoughts on these particular stands, because even if they not listening to us, they might be looking at your comment and trying to find information with that.
Absolutely.
Everybody can plant a seed in somebody.
If you got some facts that you would love, some information that you want to share, please. Yeah.
Because we don't know it all. We don't tell all, know all, but we just going with what we observe and experience in the life. So other than that, do you have anything else to chime on as far as this situation?
I think that's about it.
You still can think about what you was talking
no,
about.
it still ain't came to me. It still ain't came to me.
We might have to keep notes or something.
Yeah, I'm have to do something.
Because something is just like so much information out here, and so many things formulating in the brain. Because again, we're living the life of that.
Right, absolutely.
We're in it because we're of that color that stands. You're darker than me. I'm in between. It's just some things.
Nobody care,
and that's the problem. That's the thing. That example right there. We both should care. That's the problem right there. People saying they don't care. We both should care.
Dang. So you just go okay.
Yeah, because you tried to do that colorism on me.
Oh.
I'm saying you beautiful and all this stuff, and all I said is I'm in between. Nobody cares.
No, nobody cares because you got a peanut butter and shit.
That's the example right there. But yes, other than that,
okay, that's right. Okay.
We gotta stop it.
I see what you did there. I'm gonna let you make it.
Together.
I'll let you make it. I'll let you make it this time.
Thank you. But anyway, did you have anything else to say about it, sir, before we get into our positive quote?
If y'all want to know what that video is, hit me up in the comments. I'm not like we ain't trying to advertise other people's things. So if you want to know what the video was that I was referring to earlier, hit me up in the comments, and I'll tell you like what the video was and what the song was. But anyway, you know, I think that's about it. This was a good topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we bringing stuff. No, we bringing stuff to the forefront that, you know, that people don't
talk about.
Yeah, people don't talk about it, and people don't necessarily want to or like to acknowledge.
Yeah.
So no, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. You giving the people some good stuff.
Yeah, because I know it's everything we talk about in different episodes. I know it's more rooted and have more branches to really talk more in depth about. That's why we ask y'all again to communicate with us through the comments.
If y'all got topics, let us know.
And if you want to hear something in particular again, let us know. But on to our Straight For You positive quote, where we always give a positive quote towards the end of the show. And today's positive quote is, don't compare your skin color with others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. Ooh. They shine when it is their time and created for a purpose. Embrace and love who you are.
Oh, you gotta read that again.
Yeah. Don't compare your skin color with others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. Oh, they shine when it's their time and created for a purpose. Embrace and love who you are. Again, I want to thank you guys, but before we go, let them know where they can find you.
Well, look, folks, look, this is the place to be. Straight For You, me, I'm just saying, like, you can find me here, and, you know, like, yeah, just, that's it. That's all you need to know. Look for me, Straight For You. You know what I'm saying?
And again, you can find me here also, and also look on our Facebook, Straight For You podcast on Facebook, and any other things that you can find us social media wise. Again, because if you've been rocking with us, you've been rocking with us. It's in the description box, okay?
And if you subscribe, like the comment or click the notification link, you would know these things. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know.
So make sure you let these people know so we can give more information and thoughts to the people that are out here. You know, we trying to make a difference out here in this world, and we need your help in order to do that. So,
and don't forget to check out the merchandise.
Hey, yes, check out the merchandise. Again, all this is in the description box. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for just being here with us throughout our journey.
Look at the tassels. I mean, t-shirt.
You ready for that tassel?
I'm not. Look, I'm telling. Look the color variations of the t-shirt. This is that bullshit. Right? Of all times, I fuck up on words. That would be the time.
It's ready.
I can't eat. It's time for us to go yet, cause I'm not for the. Wow, it's time for us to go yet, cause like I'm tired of your shit. I'm like, you know what, y'all. I'm gonna go. I don't know about her, but I'm gonna leave.
Y'all have a great night.